Evening, everybody. It's 5:20 on Tuesday, and this is your closing comment. It is video number 1430. And today was pretty ugly. Not overwhelming, though. The Dow was down 308. The low was down about 451, so about two-thirds down on the range, but less than a percent, 0.96. 4-to-1 advanced declines on the Nasdaq, 2-to-1 advanced declines, and down 1.1% at 134. S&P was down 44 and change, 1.1%. The Russell was worse than that, 2735, 1.45%. And the transports, 226.88, that was down 1.59%. What is really interesting to me, though, is that the VIX on a day like today was actually dead even, unchanged. The chart on the screen is the oil. I want to address one of the issues here. A lot of people don't like to be short stocks. They don't like to be sellers when they think that something is going to turn around. And the reason that I mention all that is because in our futures program, we're up close to 60% right now, between 50 and 60%. The difference is that not everybody started at the same time, and so, you know, that's just the way that it breaks down. But the reason that I mention it is because Dennis doesn't really trade on the basis of news. As a matter of fact, I think he'd rather not see any news whatsoever, because when something is a short, or something looks like it's breaking down, he finds the best possible place to short it. He always uses stops, and he likes to get in. For example, if you look at the oil today, I know he was short the oil today, and he was short it with a stop up here, just a little over 98. Well, the high of the day was 97.37 yesterday, 97.66 today, and we closed down almost $5. So that was something that he would trade. He's also been very big on gold and has traded it really well, although it's kind of giving him, as he puts it, agita, because it doesn't really trade cleanly. In other words, there are too many people, big people, like J.P. Morgan and Goldman Sachs, who like to be short the gold and continue to take delivery of more gold in the cash market. And so it's not really an honest market. But again, he's not fundamentally oriented, so he really doesn't care. So I'm only mentioning this because a lot of these commodities have come down, but I don't think that we are anywhere near done with this move in commodities. We have the Fed, and yes, eventually the Fed is going to be right because they have the tools. And as Mr. Powell said, there's going to be some pain. And clearly that's true. But the fundamentals for energy are overwhelmingly bullish. And that pretty much is the way that it will be traded. I don't think that a lot of these commodities are going to be anything but higher again. Everybody talks down a lot of this stuff, especially with the oil, but the one that looks the strongest within the energies is heating oil, and we're coming into the winter. Gasoline is down, but it's not out. This is the oil. Let me just show you what the nat gas looks like in comparison to that. And the nat gas, not the nat gas, the heating oil. Yeah, it was down today, but it closed mid-range, and we bounced off this 200-day moving average down here at 320. So we went from 440 to 320, and now we've already crossed $4, and we're still $3.78. Heating oil is part of that complex, but it's a little bit easier to look at heating oil and think about diesel because it's the same kind of distillation. In any event, up 60% in a market that is at best whipping everybody back and forth means you should be looking at the futures markets. Please let me know if you have an interest. Um, Besides the tax advantages, um, it's really worked out pretty well. All right, so um, stocks. Baidu had earnings this morning, had closed 147.32. It was this morning when we looked at it, it was actually up $5 at 152 and change. After that, it collapsed to 134, from 153 and a half to 134, and closed 137.67, down 9.65%, 6.5%. Best Buy was had a beat on earnings and a miss on revenue. And this morning, when we looked at that, it was up $2.10. It held on about half that, finished up $1.19 or 1.6%. Big Lots was up this morning. It remained up, closed 24.08. Up 253 or 11.7%. And PVH, that is the parent company for Calvin Klein, used to be called Phillips Van Heusen, hence the symbol. Missed on revenue, beat on earnings, and gave poor guidance. So the stock, which closed at 62.84, down 32 cents today, uh, went down to 58 and change and closed 60.71, down 245 or 3.8. As far as the rest of the futures, the gold was down 13, Bitcoin was down 155, which is really a meaningless rounding error there. The dollar was down 4 cents, the bonds were up a quarter, and the net gas closed 904, down 30. And frankly, I want to look at that one too, because this is the typical way that futures trade, and that is they create a bull market and they have some very extreme pullbacks. I mean, we had just come up from $4 to over a period of a couple of months to trade 960. Everybody said it was over when it broke back to $5.50, and yet here we see another new high. We're coming into a strong area of support and a rising 20-day moving average. And my opinion on this is it's still going to be $13 or $14. All right, everyone. That's it for tonight. I'll be back first thing in the morning, and absolutely direct message or call or email if you have an interest in trading the futures. It'll be worth your